Yes, you heard correctly, we will be discussing 1 billion in this episode. In addition to the 30 million active users who can now access the XRP ledger thanks to MetaMask and the integration with Snap, we are also seeing an incredible 1 billion tokenized assets entering the ledger. In addition to discussing XRP and examining the price chart, we'll also dive into some Solana news and much more. I can't forget that Brad Garlinghouse will be speaking. Now, let's get right to the point. $66,493 for Bitcoin. Ethereum is now trading at $2,583, down 1.32% over the last day. XRP is down 2% at the moment, and USDT and USDC are both still at the dollar pegs. It is attempting to return to 53 cents. The bears appear to be running out of steam, as we discussed in the day's first video. When the bears run out of steam, what happens? As the price begins to rise again, we will focus on the 65 and 75 cent markets, which are crucial markets to penetrate if we want to surpass the dollar psychological barrier by next year. The total market value of cryptocurrencies is $2,309 million. The quantity of NFTs being staked by these users is visible to you. Every single month, they gain TLN back by locking them up and staking them. On the XRP ledger, we are the top project. I'm not sure why you guys don't have one. Use any method that is most convenient for you to pay, credit card, XRP, etc. In today's first video, we discussed this article and the reasons why the price of XRP might rise again. The bears appear to be running out of gas and steam, as we have mentioned. It's time for the bears to tag in, and the bulls do so as soon as they run out of gas and steam. We may finally consider aiming for the 65 cents to 75 cents area, two crucial zones that must be breached should the bulls begin to push the price back up. Dr. Fender displayed his chart. Let's examine the price of XRP, he says. He continues, XRP ended the wave at 93 cents, but we had set our sights on 89 cents and higher when it was at 28 cents. I take it that we haven't decided on that. XRP began consolidating immediately after the initial objective because we set the limits and targets for CD. Since we all knew that 39 cents was our lowest point, which we later set, XRP nearly hit 38 cents. Then, we repeatedly emphasized that this region was the lowest Fibonacci zone. We reaffirmed that XRP's Wave 3 potential targets, which were at, I believe, I don't know what it is, a $1.88, $5.85 in 1822, while many were shaking. Next, we set an incredible level of 66 cents and used bold typefaces to emphasize that this is the greatest level of all. I paid between 65 cents and 65 cents and a half for it. You know, a penny difference won't make us. He has it at 66 cents. Let's just push and aim for the 75 cents region after we reach above 67 cents to satisfy everyone. He claims that there will be amazing movements as soon as XRP rises above 66 cents per day, week, or month. As far as Dark Defender is concerned, 66 cents is the last boss and has proven difficult to get rid of. Therefore, this price action has been rejected a few times. As you recall, we informed you that the 65 cents region would be the next target after XRP launched his maiden push and broke above 60 cents, our first crucial zone. We went after it. We got to work. We failed to break it. Was there a small amount of wick above us? Indeed. However, you must close. It will take you a few days to close over there. That was not clear to us. According to him, the weekly indicator is currently giving us a red signal, which may or may not be accurate. However, it advises us to consider the support levels at 52 cents and 48 cents as well as the 39 cents double dip's lowest chance. Can XRP come back here? Yes, but it's less likely, oh God. Despite the current weekly signals, the monthly wave trend is green, outperforming the weekly. This led me to believe that the weekly is currently a phony indicator. XRP targets are obvious as long as 48 cents and, more crucially, 39 cents are maintained, particularly after 66 cents. We did discuss this in the day's first video from cryptominute.com. Please don't undervalue and wonder what the heck the 66 cents and if you want to read the article. That big red line is it. Folks, you can see it right here. Right now, 66 cents is what needs to be shattered. We will create a temporary solution. The bears are exhausting themselves. We're going to try our best. Then we have this. At the Philadelphia Fed meeting, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson are shown discussing digital asset exchange-traded funds, ETFs, with Sheila Warren, a crypto advisor. Recall that Brad and Chris were traveling to Philadelphia for the Fed meeting following the Ripple swell. Pay attention. A clientele headquartered in the U.S. After that, we need to start talking. We can discuss ETFs in brief, but I would prefer to discuss it first because I believe fewer people are aware of what that is. I want to know. I'd like to know your thoughts on ETFs as institutions and whether you believe the appeals outcome will result in an ETF. We should discuss that. Do you believe they are related in the first place? Second, do you believe that the introduction of ETFs in general, aside from a specific component, is indicative of an evolution? Given that these assets are currently being used in a variety of ways, some of which are by institutions, what do you think that means for the way regulatory environment credentials view them? Would you like to go first, Chris? Yes, I do believe that the ETF is merely another development in the mainstreaming of these ideas. Yes. This is a positive thing. That, in my opinion, also makes it suitable for longer-term keeping. Additionally, these are currencies, you know. They do play a significant part in payments. However, I also believe that they serve as a macro hedge in an unpredictable environment, especially because governments almost everywhere are giving up on deficit vigilance. Yes. Therefore, the party is no longer important. On deficits, we went crazy. Look, we're all going to need to adapt to it. The cost will eventually have to be borne. However, I believe that's a contributing factor in why digital assets, you know, mesh so well with the world. That occurred after the crisis, so it should come as no surprise. Additionally, I believe there are still many factors that influence people's desire for these assets. ETFs are therefore a good option for long-term holding. In any case, that's probably more beneficial to these markets. Yes. As long-term owners. Additionally, I believe it shifts away from the idea that, hey, this is just speculation. In any market, speculation is evident. As any economist will tell you, some of that can even be beneficial because it balances out those who are attempting to hedge. However, I believe that's a positive development. To put it simply, I found it fascinating to watch BlackRock take over from the fringe. These are significant newcomers to the market. Additionally, according to what I heard, the Bitcoin ETF was the most successful ETF ever established, with inflows of at least $17 billion. Once more, simply because I can't resist the chance to make fun of the SEC, remember, they were essentially forced to approve the ETF against their will. You know, at last, a judge ordered them to, well, you're in the situation where you're applying the law haphazardly and arbitrarily. Therefore, it appears that there is a lot of demand for the Bitcoin ETF, and it has been successful. Fascinatingly, an XRP ETF was the subject of 2 filings. The SEC then declared the following day that they would appeal some aspects of the ruling, which was, once more, I don't think this person is attempting to act in a productive manner and with the primary goal of protecting investors in mind. You're done there. Look, why is Brad and Chris attending a Fed meeting right after Swell, or why is Ripple? Why would they be invited to these meetings in the first place if they had no concerns about the SEC's intentions? You don't see many other prominent fintech or cryptocurrency companies speaking at these gatherings, do you? There's no logic behind it. Folks, none of this makes sense. Since the USA either wants to join and catch up or sees this as a threat, I think it is a calculated effort to try to stop Ripple and what they are doing. That's what I honestly think. That's what's on my mind right now. Could you give it to me? With Zoinks, a 1 billion tokenized fund for data center investments will be added to the XRP ledger. This organization, which bills itself as the first combined equity and debt tokenized fund in history, is concentrated on data center investments around the United States, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, India, and Europe. We are discussing the tokenization of equities, bonds, and loans that are being transferred to the XRP ledger. $1 billion. What impact do you believe that will have on XRP's price? It uses XRP, people, if it's listed on the XRP ledger. Don't allow anyone else to try to convince you otherwise. The XRP ledger's gas token is called XRP. The native token is this one. If it is on the ledger between this $1 billion fund and 30 million active MetaMask users each month, that is what is being spent. In addition to the bears running out of steam, the timing couldn't be more ideal. Everything is looking fantastic. As we pull the market back up for you all, I am aware that it doesn't look good right now. Although the market doesn't appear particularly fascinating just yet, it will happen. Keep your faith in this market intact. Don't assume that the bull run won't occur. We know that a green god candle might appear at any time during the day, sending these markets into a frenzy and instantly turning the entire cryptocurrency ecosystem positive, so don't assume that the bull run has ended.